God called me to be the mother of 3 bright, amazing children, each of them unique in their own way. Reed, our middle child, was born to us after much prayer and consideration. He was the sweetest, quietest baby I could have ever dreamed of. He would sit for hours in his car seat and just watch the world with a smile. As he grew, it was apparent that he had a God-given charisma. Everyone was attracted to him, from adults to children. A story that I recall in the park one day, when he was about 4, he was heading up the stairs behind another boy on the slide, and he shouted out to me, "Mom, look at my new brown friend." The boy was Hispanic. Reed didn't see his race, ethnicity, or anything else. He just knew that this boy was a slightly different color than he was. That never changed, as his friends included people from every race, color, religion, socioeconomic status, and ethnic group. Reed didn't have an ounce of hate in his body. We would often talk about what he would do when he grew up, and I was quick to point out that I thought he would make a great pastor. He was clearly created in God's own image. His 15-year-old mind was set on him being a pro basketball player. I could see that too. He had a passion for the game. He spent hours shooting hoops at many neighbors' houses. We had a hoop at our house, but it wasn't the best one in the neighborhood, so he would ask permission to shoot hoops at their houses with his friends. I would often tell him not to be a pest, but many of the neighbors would reach out to me and share a story of how Reed helped them to do something when he was at their house shooting at their basketball hoop. It was just another way that he blessed those he came into contact with. In December of 2015, Reed expressed to me that he was depressed and had suicidal thoughts. This was shocking news, as he was always had a smile on his face and was joy-filled. He told me that he didn't want to go to a counselor, but I insisted, as I was completely out of my parenting league. I needed help. I told him that just like we take him to the doctor when he has strep throat, I needed a professional doctor to help with this situation. We went to the first session, just he and I. We shed many tears as I shared how devastated I would be if Reed were not in my life. I shared with Reed all of the things that I loved about him, all of the things that made him unique in our family and in this world. We had a great visit, and both of us left there with hope. I remember thinking, this is going to be so great. This is going to pay a lifetime of dividends as he learns to navigate situations. He agreed that the counselor was cool and that he would come back. The next session, my husband was able to attend with us, and Mark was able to share with Reed all of the things that he loved about him. It was really an uplifting session. We all left there with smiles. The third session was on January 5th of this year. We spoke about the future and what the year 2016 would bring. Reed said that this year he would be able to drive. We left that session also filled with hope and love. On January 7th, I went to wake Reed for the day, but instead I found him unresponsive with a plastic bag over his head. He had taken his own life by way of suffocation. The world was changed that day, and not for the better. In the days that followed Reed's death, we would learn of a situation that we believe led to his decision. We learned that Reed had taken an inappropriate picture of himself and shared it with a girl. Perhaps he had feelings for her at one time. He told a friend later that he knew it was a wrong decision, but he couldn't take it back. This girl threatened for months to expose this picture, and that idea caused him great stress. What would my friends think? How could I ever explain this to my family? I am a disgrace to my family. These are all thoughts that Reed expressed to his friend. The night that he took his life, the picture was posted to a Twitter account with his name attached. He made a snap decision to end his life that night. I know that it was a snap decision because he did his homework for the next day. He wrote a 2-page essay, and that is not something Reed would do if he weren't planning to go to school. Many teenagers make snap decisions and act before they think. This decision is one that could never be taken back. I share this story with you today to let you know that suicide is not prejudice. My son had everything any young man could want in the world. 2 loving parents, 2 sisters that cared for him, hundreds of friends, an amazing extended family that always supported him in any way that they could. He was great looking, athletically talented, smart, and gifted in so many ways. My husband coached his baseball, basketball, and football teams. We went on family vacations where we shared experiences like whitewater rafting, zip lining, and a Broadway show in New York City. These are the memories that are so precious to us. I described my son recently as a child in an amusement park that runs from ride to ride anxiously because he wants to see it all, do it all, and experience it all. He approached life just like that. Part of me believes that he knew that he would only be here for a short time, so he had to cram a whole lot of living into his short 15 years. Reed's middle name is Christian. That's not an accident. Reed is absolutely a child of God, believing the good news that Jesus shared with us. I know one day we will be reunited with Reed and our Heavenly Father. I look forward to that day with haste. I am ready, and I hope you are too. Thank you.